Hi guys, it's Alexa, and I'm back for another monthly recap. It feels like it's actually been a while since I've filmed a vlog, so there is that. But now you get to hear me talk about books again, so yay! July was a pretty great month, I'm not gonna lie. I got to do a lot of fun things, and I hung out with a lot of blogger friends, which was really great. The weather's also been amazing here in New York. I mean, it's been really hot some days and also really rainy some days, but all in all, perfect summer weather, just the way I like it. It is now the 3rd day of August, and I'm super excited for everything that lies ahead, which means that I'm also excited for my birthday, and that is this week. Woohoo! I have lots of fun plans, and you guys will get to hear all about it as soon as they are done. Okay, so in the monthly recap, as always, I'm going to tell you my top reads for last month. So in July, especially on July 4th weekend, I actually got to read quite a bunch of books. And two of my favorites I actually read over that weekend. The first is The Homecoming by Robin Carr, which is part of her Thunder Point series, and I really enjoyed that one. Yes, there was a bit of, a bit of a typical storyline, but it was still really enjoyable, and I just adore returning to Thunder Point and seeing all these familiar faces. And the second book I read is After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which was recommended to me by Hannah right before I read it. And I have to say, it's my first experience with her writing, but I am absolutely floored by how much I love that book. I was a sobbing mess at some point, and I just think that she had such a great story to tell with that book. If you haven't read any of her books, I definitely recommend picking that one up and also checking out her other book, Forever Interrupted. The other amazing books that I read in July are all contemporaries, which is quite a change for me. Actually, you know what? Every single book that's in my top reads this month is a contemporary, which is freaking awesome, since fantasy is actually my #1 genre, but I'm starting to get more, into reading contemporaries, which I think is great. Okay, so the first was Just One Year by Gail Forman, which is the companion novel to Just One Day, which I absolutely loved when I read it when it came out last year. Just One Year is just the perfect complement to the Just One Day story, and it kind of gives you some insight into why Willem is the way he is, and I loved the way Gail told his story. I think it was incredible, I think it was very different, and I really suggest strongly that you go into it without any expectations whatsoever about what you're going to hear. I also got a chance to read Isla and the Happily Ever After early, thanks to a really awesome friend of mine. Thank you, you know who you are! I have to say, it is not what I was expecting, but that's not a bad thing. You guys will see that in my review when I try to explain how I feel about it, because you know what, I devoured that book, and not only because I had to pass it on to someone else, but I devoured it because it was just, it's the kind of story where you have to find out what's going to happen next, and you have to know what's going to happen next, and I just loved being immersed in Stephanie Perkins's writing again, and to get to know these new characters who star in this book, and to see familiar faces as well, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm sure you guys will too once you get your copies out this month! And the last book that I'm going to include is also a companion novel in a contemporary series. How freaking cool is that? It is Nantucket Red by Layla Howland. So good though. It perfectly captured a time in my life that I've experienced, which was the summer between high school and college. And it feels like that summer is full of possibilities and that you have to make these choices, and I love how Layla Howland was able to portray that so well. Plus, it was such a treat to go back to Nantucket and then to see some familiar faces and meet some new ones. So there you have it, my top 5 reads for July, and if you want to share yours, you can do it in the comments. Alright, as always, I'm also going to tell you what I'll be reading this month. I think it's pretty awesome that I actually managed to read all the 10 books I had in my July TBR, even though I ended up DNFing one of them. So I decided to do the same thing with my August TBR, which is to do 5 books from my own bookshelf and 5 books that I got for review. And I'm super excited. Not only do I think August is an awesome month, I'm a little biased because it's my birthday month, but I also have some really awesome reads lined up, and I'm really excited to get to them. First, I have How Zoe Made Her Dreams Mostly Come True by Sarah Strohmeyer. Reasons I want to read this book: amusement park that sounds like Disney World, and cute summer contemporary. I'm always in the market for one of these, and I really hope I like it. I also have another contemporary on this list, and that is The Art of Lainey by Paula Stokes. I actually honestly wasn't sure I wanted to read this at first, but then Estelle wrote this amazing review that convinced me to pick up a copy, so I will be reading this one soon, and I cannot wait. I've just realized, glancing at my TBR pile, that all of the books that I picked from my own shelf are contemporaries, so make of that what you will. The next one is a contemporary that I am pretty sure Hannah of So Obsessed With is going to be super excited that I'm reading, and it is Saving Francesca by Melina Marchetta. I haven't read a Marchetta contemporary in a long time, if I really think about it. Yeah, it's been a while. So I'm really looking forward to this. I've heard great things about it, and I really do like her writing, so it'll be fun to read this. And then I have a book that Gabby of Queen Allaby Reads recommended to me, and that's The Disreputable History of Frankie Landau Banks by E. Lockhart. It will be my second E. Lockhart book, and I'm actually really looking forward to this one because, come on, it's a secret society book. How can I not want to read this? I really do. So thanks for the rec, Gabby, and I'm looking forward to reading this. And the last book that was on my shelf is a book that I'm pretty sure Hannah of So Obsessed With, again, Estelle from Rather Be Reading, again, will be happy to hear that I'm reading, and it's Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I gushed about After I Do a little earlier, as you know, and I'm super excited to read her other novel and to see how I feel about this one. I am so excited. I'm so glad I'm able to put it on my TBR. Alright, and now review books. Okay, I am super excited because I am finally going to get to read I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I'm looking forward to this one because I've just heard a rave review of it from two of my friends, Jamie of the Perpetual Page Turner and Elena of Novel Sounds. And I love that it has to do with twins, so can't wait. I also have Balzar by Meg Wolitzer, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm really in love with this cover. I also think that it's going to be fun because there's a journal writing aspect to this, and I've always had a soft spot for books that have journaling in them. There's also Evidence of Things Not Seen by Lindsay Lane. I'm just really excited for this one because the way that the copy reads is pretty interesting. It says, Tommy Smith is missing. The facts are simple. Tommy was very good at physics and less good at basic human interaction. Tommy had a red motorbike he named Ruby. Tommy was adopted. Tommy recorded his thoughts and observations in a notebook. Tommy believed in the existence of parallel universes. The conclusions to be drawn from the facts are not simple. Only one thing is certain. Until one possibility is proven true, all possibilities exist. So that sounds pretty intriguing to me, and I cannot wait to see what I think of this one. I also have The Vault of Dreamers by Carag M. O'Brien, and I'm pretty excited about this because it has something to do with a boarding school for the arts and sleep and a weird possibility that the school offers. Interesting. I'm not quite sure what to make of this, but I'm very, very intrigued. And lastly, I have a book that Ksenia of Macmillan recommended to me. It was Firebug by Lish McBride. Okay, the girl has fire powers. Like, she can literally do things with fire, and I'm very intrigued by that. That alone is enough reason for me to want to read this, so I'm excited, and I can't wait. I am looking forward to reading all these books, and I have a bunch more that I'm hoping to tackle, but for now, these are the books that I am looking forward to tackling this August, and if you guys have read any of them, if you want to say something about them, please leave me a comment down below, and I will be happy to hear from you. Alright guys, till next month's monthly recap, I'll see ya!